Mr. Ken Rowland.
You know, network marketing got its teachings from door-to-door direct sales. Nothing wrong with that, but back in the 40s and 50s, the network marketing companies that came about, they had all the training books and everything of sales, and so that's where it sort of started. And so all the network marketing companies, they meant well. They taught their people how to sell, how to make closing statements, and how to persuade, you might say. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're in direct sales, if you're selling cars or homes, or I mean that has its place. You got to close, you know. But in network marketing, it took me quite a few years, as you heard Brian Smith. We were in sales, and I used to sell door to door for quite a few years. They even made me a trainer, and I would train people from door to door. And I really love door to door sales. You meet these people, and you know, and it seems like I was looking for the objections because I always knew they were there. They were going to be objections. We knew it. I mean, there's nobody going to say yeah, you know. And so in direct sales, you have to, you know, anticipate a no. In other words, they might say no, but then you come back. We even had closes like the Columbo close. You remember Columbo? He'd walk out and he'd walk back, and we had those kind of closes. And you know, when I got into network marketing, me and Brian, we were working on the phones night and day, and we could really put them in, and we could sell. But it seems like we'd put in 9, and it seems like 8 would leave, you know. Because a lot of times people got in because we put a little pressure on them, and we made this set, we sell them, and they get in just to get us off their back, you know. Well, it was quite a few years before I really realized that this industry is in network marketing. It's not about closing. It's really not about that. But now you still won't get too much of that teachings. They still talk about closing because it's so entrenched with people. It's so entrenched with companies to close, see. But that also causes people to end up in, man, they feel, oh, you know, I got to go to my friends and I've got to talk to them. I got to close them. And then their best friend turns them down. And it's like getting, you know, punched in the heart, you know. And there's one thing people can't stand. Even in door-to-door sales years ago, we had a tremendous attrition because people could not stand the no's. But in direct sales, I used to get excited when I'd get a no because I always worked on the law of average. Hey, I know I'm getting that much closer. See what I'm saying? But see, that's not duplicatable. When somebody gets in network marketing, they go to their friends, and if their friend says, "What are you doing something like that?" or however their approach, you see, it hurts them. Now they don't come to you. They don't come and tell you, "Look, I can't stand rejection." They don't tell you that. You know what they say? "I don't have the time." So that's been the biggest fault with companies having attrition. A dropout rate, because people can't stand rejection. See, what happens is they end up in the NFL club. You've heard that before. No friends left, and that's not good. So anyway, are they a way to approach people? Are they a way that we can do this without having to close? Well, there is an approach. It took me years to even recognize. I didn't even recognize this approach. I just, over the years, sometime when you're navigating and you're going through rough water, you learn to navigate, but you don't really know what you're doing. And so it was for quite a few years that I didn't even realize that I did quit selling. It wasn't until people started saying, "Ken, what are you doing? Tell me what you're doing." Well, you know, I couldn't tell them. But I started analyzing that because I wanted to help as many people as I could, to do this business. So I started analyzing and being on the phone with people, and all at once I started recognizing that, people are using statements, some closing statements. See, here's what network marketing, they've taught you to make your list, call your friends, get them some information, call them back. What have they taught them to ask them?
What'd you like?
What do you think? That's a sales statement. You've just opened the door to maybe, rejection. You see, was it exciting? Maybe they haven't even looked at it yet. See what I'm saying? So, but this here's, they have, with good intentions, that's what companies have taught. See, so I'm going to tell you, I never get a no. And it's not because I'm anything special. It's not what I do. The reason I don't get a no is I never ask for a yes. Never. I don't even get close to a sales statement. Well, what do you think? Did you like it? That's a statement. That's a sales statement. Now, it isn't that I don't want to know. The first thing a lot of people do, hey, how's the juice working for you? I want to know. I never ask it. Never ask it. It's all right. Go ahead. No problem. But I don't ask it until a certain time, and then they'll start telling me. But I just never asked a question like that. See, this approach that I'm talking about is fun. It's fun. Now, how many likes to do something that's fun? See? And so when the first thing I do when I talk to people, I say, look, how would you like to have a business you never get a no? How would you like to have a business when you get up every morning, nobody would ever reject you? Whew, I'd love that. Everybody would love that. Then I say, that's the business I have. I have a business that I never get rejected. See, I'm planting a seed in their mind. Really? I said, yeah. You know why? Because I never asked anybody for a yes. So I'm planting that seed. A seed of thought, a seed of training, and an approach. See, so when you get people recognizing, oh, I could do that, half of the battle is won. But if they think they got to go out and try to sell, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. See, the only thing that I do is I would call somebody and I'd say, look, whoever it was, Tom, Kevin, listen, I've found something that I'm so excited about. And I happen to think about you. And I'm thinking, man, if anybody deserved to know about this, it's you. Now, I had a little packet that I was just going to drop in the mail to you, but I decided, no, I'm not going to do it. I said, I'm going to call you and say hi to you. How's the family? And I wanted to get permission to educate you about something that you deserve to know about. Now, can you imagine somebody saying, well, Ken, no, I don't want to be educated. They don't even know what I got. They hear my excitement. Sure, Ken. Yeah, what do you got? Now listen. The first thing I usually do when I get somebody on the phone, I don't care who it is, friend or anybody. I would say, hey, Tom, hey, listen, hey, this is Ken. Hey, is this a bad time to talk? Never a good time. I never say good time. That's what telemarketers say. Is this a bad time? I can call you back. Oh, no, hey, that's okay. Yeah, I got a few minutes. Now wait a minute. Now, are you sure? Are you sure? See, that way it doesn't, I'm not pushing. I can call you back. No, hey, I'm glad to see you. How y'all doing? Okay. Well, then I would go through that little procedure of saying, look, I just happened to think about you, and man, I appreciate you guys so much, and I've run across something I'm so excited about. And I thought, man, I was just going to drop this in the mail. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call you and get permission to educate you about something that you guys really deserve to know about. Well, yeah. Now, they'll always say, Kent, what is it? Well, okay, look, listen, Tom, I know you wasn't expecting me to call. So I'm not going to, hey, listen, it'd be very rude. I'm not going to spend but a minute, but I will give you a real thumbnail sketch. Real brief, okay? Is that okay? Is that with your permission? I'll give you, again. Yeah, go ahead. What is it? Okay, there were two food scientists back in the mid-90s that discovered a little fruit grows over in French Polynesia. And they started researching it. Now, these two food scientists were two of the best in the world. They've developed thousands of products for the health industry. But when they found this little fruit back in the mid-90s, they couldn't believe what they researched. It stopped them in their tracks. And so what they did, for 2.5 years, they did research. Anyway, to make a long story short, listen, they brought it to market in July of 96. And listen, Tom, it's the fastest growing nutritional product in history. Anyway, hey, that's a little more than a thumbnail sketch. Anyway, that's a little bit what it's about. Anyway, I've got some information that goes into detail about that. That's it. Never mention Noni. He might ask another question. Yeah, I'll give him just a little. I'll say, no, look, I'm going to get this information in the mail. So we go, I think I'm taking too long of your time. Listen, I'll call you back. Hey, listen, you'll get this in the mail. See, so I piqued interest. Now listen, it could be that I'll say, hey, Tom, when I call him back, when they get the literature, I don't call back and say, hey, I might say, look, Tom, I'm calling you back. Hey, how's the family? I'm doing good. Just wanted to make sure you got that information. Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, how's the weather down there? Change the subject. I'm not going to dwell on that. Hey, listen, hey, hold. I'm glad you, listen, I got some questions. I watched that CD. Man, I've got some questions. I'll say, hang on just a second. I'll get somebody on the line. It might be somebody that don't know hardly anything. I'll say, hey, hang on just a minute. Hey, Tom, I just happen to have a good friend. I want you to just listen to what she said. She's got on this product. Just listen. Mary, tell her what. See, real casual like. Peek, pass. I do that. I never tell the whole story. I might pique interest, tell that little bit. See? But peek and pass. And it doesn't have to be somebody that knows a whole lot. It's somebody excited. Man, I got on this product. I really like it. See? I don't care. If I'm sitting at a table with my cell phone, I'll hand it around. I say, hey, I want you to listen. Hey, she's excited. Listen, they don't even know each other. Oh, yeah, man, I love this stuff. See what I'm saying? I do it all the time. People know what I do. I wear them out. Well, my neighbors, they don't even know each other. And when you get through, they say, good gracious. Peek and pass. If you don't do that, I'm telling you, it's going to be tough. I would never try to tell by myself, Tom, Thornton, Kevin, are you available? Hey, listen, hold on. Hey, listen, here's a guy that knows more about this than me. Tom, would you say hello to John? Yeah, there's Tom. I use them all the time. If you ever get so good that you can't peek and pass, you've gotten too good. You might as well quit. Because that's the duplicating system that Rod Cobb will talk about. It's duplicatable. See, somebody says, well, kid, I don't know what to say. I said, okay, I believe that. Listen, let me ask you. If I call you and I call them on my nickel, could you introduce me to them and then be real quiet? Could you do that? Yeah, I can do that. Who couldn't do that? See, you can do that. the day you sign up. So ask permission. Anyway, it's becoming well known. Even there is a book out there, and it's not about network marketing. It's about permission. You know, I had a telemarketer call me one time. This happened about 1.5 years ago. They said, "Good morning, Mr. Rowland. How are you today?" I said, "I'm terrible." She said, "That's good." She did. I'm not kidding you. And she went right on with her presentation. Now, bless their heart. Hey, listen, they're making they're reading. I don't have bad feelings about them. They're trying to, but see, let's don't be telemarketers. Let's listen to what people are saying. Be kind to people. See, be patient. Might not be the right time. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. Timing. You say, well, we sent them some information. Listen, in my books, I keep little, nobody else could read it, but I got it all down here when I mail out something and what I mailed them and the months. And man, on if I go back, I got my old book. Man, on some of these people, it's got 20 or 30 times that I mailed them something. I mean, a whole sheet of just the dates that I mailed them something. One time, I called Bud Swint. He's in the audience. Bud, stand up. Here's a wonderful man, Bud Swint, little farmer out in... Me and Bud's been friends for years. And Bud is good on the phone. He's kind. He never hurts anybody. And so when I got into Tahitianoni, and the first thing you want to do with your old buddies and the people you've worked with, and we've had companies go down with us, and man, you're compassionate. You want to contact them. So I contact Bud. It's been maybe a couple of years since I talked to him, and I'd say, "Hey, Bud, my goodness, how you doing? Oh, Ken, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, listen, I'm excited about something. I wanted to sort of get your permission to educate you about something." He said, "Wait a minute, Ken." He said, "I'm out of network marketing." He said, I'm into sales. I'm selling insurance, and my wife is just as happy as a lark that I'm bringing home a paycheck." Now, there's a tendency to say, "Yeah, but Bud, this is different. You can work this in part-time, Bud." There's a tendency to do that. See, that's not very kind. You know what I told Bud, and I was tickled to death. I was very happy that Bud was happy and he found something. He was doing good. He was doing great. I mean, he was really excited about bringing home a check, And his wife, Liz, was happy that he was out of network marketing because he'd had some failures. And so here's what I told him. I say, "Bud, you stay focused. You stay focused at that insurance. And don't let nobody sidetrack you. And I wish you the very best. You deserve it." But I said, "Now, with your permission, I'll just keep you updated as I go along on what's happening with me." And he knows how I work. "Sure, Ken. Absolutely. I'd love for you to keep me updated." Now, that went on for 1.5 years. And I got all these little marks of what I mailed to him. But my kids kept saying, "Dad, you need to do something. You need to put it on tape or something." And I don't know how to do a tape. So anyway, I wanted to tell my story a little bit. So I come up with this little theme, and I did this little audio tape. We didn't have CDs back then. But the name of it was "I Was Worth More Dead Than Alive." Because of insurance, if I'd have died, I'd been worth a whole lot more. It was the first time in my life I was worth more alive, So anyway, I put this little tape together and told the story about Tahitianoni. And I sent this to Bud. I never called him. I'd be talking. Yeah, I'd call him. "Yeah, Bud, how's things going?" I just, keep you updated, a little late. But I never called him on that tape. He called me one time and says, "Ken, I want to come down and see you." I said, "Well, sure." I said, "Yeah, that's fine." He said, "I want to look you in the eyes, and I want to see if that's real, what you've been talking about." I said, "Come on down. The steak's on me." Oh, Bud's one of my diamonds now. How about that? Okay, here's the point. I didn't recruit him. He recruited himself. He recruited himself. So I didn't take credit for that. I do take credit maybe for feeding him along, but I don't recruit people. They have to recruit themselves. See, if you can talk somebody out of this business as much as you know, if you can, they don't know enough. You just got to educate them more, right? Now, I've got another little situation that, listen, I've been in network marketing for 26 years. I've been shot all over. Y'all know the story. And in my family, they've all worried about me. They've seen me lose everything. And they've, been concerned, hey, well, what are they going to do to help? And in my family, they call me Bub, B-U-B, Bub. That's my nickname. But anyway, over the years, and I always felt like I know that my sisters and my brothers are better than me, and better and kinder to people. They're unbelievable, okay? But my sister has never showed any interest in network marketing. She's a great hairdresser, and everybody in the Texas loves her. But you know what? My son started talking to her about this. And, yes, like everybody, it has to be the right time in your life. When the stock market crashed, they lost a lot. A lot of people did. They never complained. She went back to work. My brother-in-law went to driving buses and things, never complained. Now listen, it's an honor for me to be able to do what I'm getting ready to do. But do you realize my sister is here today? And I want my sister, Linda, I used to call her Lump. She never did like that. But I want you to come up here a minute. This is my better relatives, my greatest sister. This is my little sister, Linda. Linda, what do you think about what's happening here? Just speak up. Just hold it up to your mouth. I got to teach her everything. I got to teach her everything.
I didn't think I was going to have to do this.
You got to get it up here.
Well, I'm flabbergasted.
Hold it. It's on. Get it up there.
Well, I've had to eat a lot of crow. Do y'all know what that means? And I'm astounded. I mean, I'm so proud of my brother.
Oh.
And I'm proud of my nephew. I know where they've come from, and I see where they are. And I can't believe it. And they're giving us an opportunity to better ourselves and to have something for our kids. And I'll have to say, I never even considered it. But Shannon talked to us, but he also talked to my husband, and he gave my husband, Terry, some of the juice. And, I thought, I've heard that, I've seen, well, we've heard that before, And Terry started drinking the juice, and it helped his knee. So we seriously looked at it and knew that it was something real. And for years, my cousin Marv is here too.
No, I want to talk.
Okay.
I want to talk.
We never really considered.
Don't mess my pitch up.
We never paid much attention until he drove up in his Mercedes at the family reunion. So we're really excited. We are very thankful for the opportunity. We're thankful for Bub, and we're thankful for Mary. We love them.
Stay up here. Stay up here. Yeah. You know what? You talk about somebody on fire. I went to visit them. I thought I was going to get to relax. They wore me out with presentations. You know what? They made Jade the first full month. What do you think of that? Now, when they got excited, listen, it was like a dominoes. Now, Terry, step up here for a second. This is her husband, Terry. I want you to see what one person can do with excitement. Now, after Terry, come on up. Okay, Marvan, my cousin, my mother's sister's daughter is here. Marvan, come on up here. Come on over here. Okay, now Marvan, your husband, David, is that right? Come on up here, David. What's your daughter's name? Erica. Hey, Erica, where are you? This is her daughter. Is that Erica's husband? John, where are you? Huh? Okay.
Come on up, John.
Now, who else? We got
our dear friends Myrna and Pete. They helped us make a decision, and then they got interested, and the juice helped Pete's need. So they're believers.
Go ahead.
Terry wants to say something.
Pete and Myrna are real good friends. We share a lot. But also, since you're stringing this thing out like this,
yeah,
they've got a daughter and a son in it now.
How about that? Listen to that.
Damn right.
Okay, now. She said, K-N-O-W, I don't know enough for 26 years. Didn't she?
I did.
She never said no, never asked her for no. But look what a little hairdresser can do in Texas. And now this was just a few of them. She's got them spread it out all over Texas, and she's going to be bigger than her brother. Okay? Give a hand to my great sister, Linda. Marvan, come here. I'd like for you to just say, this is Marvan, this is my great cousin. I'd like for her to say something.
Hey, we love this. We are loving this company. And what we're so excited about is that the heritage of our grandparents from a little town in Oklahoma, those stories are being told all over the world because of Bub's Ken's heritage. But we love that the most. We're into family. We're into stories. We've started telling stories at our family reunion. And it's just so exciting that now Ken is telling those heritage stories to keep our grandparents' stories alive and our aunts and uncles' stories alive. And that's just thrilling to me that we can keep those alive in the family. That the stories are going to Japan, they're going to Romania, they're going to Germany. And this is about our old family and the heritage of our grandparents who were married 70 years, I think, but over 70 years. But anyway, we have a sweet family. We love Ken, and we love what he's done for our family. Very, very generous to our family.
My sister, she's on a roll now. She wants to talk.
Our little mom and Marva's aunt. Marva's mother's sister. I keep thinking, would she ever love to be here? She wouldn't be able to keep up with the pace. But I called her this morning, and she wanted to know everything about it. And she is just...
Tell her how old she is.
She'll soon be 89, and she is drinking the juice. told Mom this morning, Mom, keep drinking that juice, because I've heard a lot of stories. And but she's just so proud. She is so proud of Shannon, and she's so proud of Bub. And anyway, we're going to tell her everything we can about this weekend, and we're so appreciative. Thank you.
I do have one story, an only story to tell. Bub, Ken sent me some product. I shared it with my sister.
Did I call you back?
No, he did not call me back. But
I did, though.
Yeah, this is, you got to listen to this story. Because of her being my cousin, I wasn't going to push her. But she called me wanting to know a little bit about the company. So I sent her out. She's got a boutique, I think it's called, a great business there in Dallas. I sent her a whole bunch of product. Just, hey, my cousin, just let her have it. Well, anyway, a few months went by. I got to tell this.
Yes.
A few months went by, and I never did call her back because I thought, well, if she calls me, I didn't want to push her. But anyway, Linda got excited and got in, and I said, well, look, I sent some products to Marvan a few months ago, probably 6 months ago. I don't remember, 5 months. Now tell him what you were getting ready to do the day she called you.
okay, I was getting ready that day because I had shared product with my sister and brother-in-law. My brother-in-law owns a landscaping company. He had to go to bed every night with wristbands because of using, the weed eater and that kind of stuff so much all day in his business. He went to bed every night with wristbands on, and when he started drinking the juice, he was able to not have to go to bed with the wristbands on his wrist. So he was pushing me. He was saying, I've got to have more product. I've got to have more product. And I'm going, I'm so ready now to sign up. I was sitting down to fill out the application to be a distributor.
What was you going to put on it?
I didn't even have it. I was going to write at the top, I was going to write Ken Rowland. And Linda calls me and she says, let's talk. And she said, do not fill that out. Do not fill that out. She said, I'm going to get you on a 3-way call. We're going to call into the homeowner.
But you didn't want to bother Ken.
I didn't want to bother Ken. I said, he's too busy. But he would have talked to me.
Are they excited, y'all?
Yeah, we're excited. Yes,
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Love you.
Okay. That's probably the best example of. Now, I could have messed up there because she could have signed up under somebody else. Now, normally I'd have called her back and asked her a few questions, but since it's my cousin, I didn't want to even get close to pushing her, But anyway, there's my sister after 26 years. After 10 years of saying no, and now she's saying noni. So remember, people never say no. They're really saying K-N-O-W, don't know enough. Remember that. So be patient with people. Hope it doesn't take 26 years for your sisters and brothers, but sharing versus selling, big difference. Share because you care. Saying up. Listen, folks, this is the greatest business in the world. Listen, here's the one thing. People say, Ken, I want to know, how much did you make the first month and first 3 months you got into this business? They're really concerned, really. So, you know what I tell them? I can't tell you. They say, come on, you're evading my question. Go ahead, tell me. How much did you make the first month and maybe first three to 6 months? How much did you make? I said, you know why I can't tell you? I cannot tell you. Because I'm still getting paid on what I did 10 years ago. Think of that. What other business can you get paid 10 years later for what you did 10 years ago? And some of the people that I was working with 10 years ago, they're unbelievable. So listen, folks, isn't it exciting coming together and just sharing with people something that is beneficial to you and your family? Isn't this great? Yep.